All right, welcome to Talk Sport on Global Television. Today is the 4th day of November 2024. It means we're reaching the business end of the year 2024, and I'm in with a big shout for November 4th. We've got all the big story in style just to make your day truly amazing. This dedicating this edition to the wonderful person who just got me inspired this morning. Yes, we're talking about Aisha doing great things, watching closely, making sure the King of Sport is in full flight. All right, let's begin from CAF, where the big story tells us that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has reaffirmed the government's commitment to protecting its citizens in Libya following a recent ruling by the Confederation of African Football against the Libyan Football Association. The CAF delegation and decision cited Libya for alleged mistreatment of Nigerian team during the Nations Cup qualifying match. The ministry, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Ambassador Eche Abu Obe, on Sunday, confirmed that Nigerians in Libya are safe and going about their daily activities without interference. Nigerians in Libya are going about their daily activities, according to him, saying devoid of any form of harassment by Libyan authorities following the verdict of the Confederation of African Football, which indicted the Libyan Football Federation for their ill treatment of Nigerian team and officials while in Libya for the Nations Cup qualifying match. Now we know that Nigerians are doing well in Libya, and the government of Nigeria has said they will put all measures in place to ensure that the lives of every Nigerian in Libya is safe, regardless of whatever the Libyans feel concerning the CAF judgment. All right, still talking CAF matters, we're taking to Uganda, where it's a very sad story. The Confederation of African Football has expressed deep sadness over the sudden death of Uganda Premier League match official Peter Kabugo. Yes, according to a statement on Sunday via X, Kabugo tragically passed away after collapsing during a Football League match at the Wankukuku Stadium in Uganda. CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe conveyed his condolences to the family of Peter Kabugo, as well as the Federation of Uganda Football and its President Moses Magogo. Motsepe, on behalf of CAF, shared his grief over Kabugo's untimely passing. The CAF president conveyed his and the CAF deepest condolences to the family of Peter Kabugo. Meanwhile, Federation of Uganda Football and its president Moses Magogo was also put in the know. Meanwhile, Motsepe offered his wishes for peace and comfort to all those affected by Kabugo's loss, saying, may Peter Kabugo's soul rest in eternal peace. Very sad commentary about that young man passing on in Uganda during a football match. Nigerian Premier Football League season. The match day 10 encounter played at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena on Sunday saw Rivers concede 2 quick goals in the space of 5 minutes after a goalless first half. Meanwhile, Cole scored the opener just 3 minutes into the restart before IM doubled the lead 5 minutes later. Despite the later onslaught from the visitors in search of goals, the Lagos-based club defended very well to earn a maximum point and keep a clean sheet. The victory means Ikorodu City claimed their 3rd win of the season, while Rivers, who drew last week against Economy, dropped more points to relinquish their top spot to Remo Stars. Let's say that the Sky Blue, yes, Remo Stars were beaten last weekend by Heartland, but returned to winning ways with a 1-0 win over Lobby Stars. Meanwhile, Michael Ibe scored the only goal of the encounter in the 47th minute to ensure that Daniel Ogumodede's side returned to the summit of the league. All right, let's take you somewhere elsewhere. Yes, sweet victory. Elsewhere, Kano Pillars snatched a dramatic 2-1 victory over Plateau United at the Muhammadu Dikko Stadium, Katsina. All right, let's also let you know that veteran Ahmed Musa scored a late goal to help Masugida, as they are fondly called, secure all 3 points in a thrilling encounter on Sunday. The visitors took the lead through Gaffer Saka in the 66th minute before club legend Rabiu Ali leveled the scores 15 minutes later through a well-struck free kick. While it looked like the visitors would be heading back to Plateau with a point in the bag, Musa grabbed the match winner in the 92nd minute with a precise finish marking his fourth goal of the season. The victory saw Pillars move to 8th on the MPFL log with 14 points. Meanwhile, Heartland of Owerri FC continued their resurgence as they secured a victory away from home to make it 2 straight wins. Emmanuel Amunike's led his side to a famous 1-0 Bayelsa United and Eyimba as both sides played out a 1-1 draw in Bayelsa. All right, let's quickly have a clip and see what played out when Plateau United took on Kano Pillars. When we return from that footage, hopefully we are hoping to be joined by a boxing coach based in the US, a Nigerian boxing coach based in the US. His name, Coach Adoba. Hopefully will be joining us to help us touchlight some stuff as regards what's playing out in the world of boxing. But before that, let's look at Plateau United take on Kano Pillars.
Kano Pillars, the aristocrats from the largest city in northern Nigeria, hosted Plateau United at the Sonny Abacha Stadium. Pillars had uncharacteristically failed to win in their last 4 matches going into this. But in Plateau United, they faced genuine draw specialists who drew 6 games in a row ahead of their trip to Kano. They arrived the Ground North Pyramid City 7 matches unbeaten, their longest streak in 16 years. 4 minutes in, striker Gambo Mohammed walls his way into the Plateau United defense before passing to Ifeanyi Matthew, who shot straight at Plateau keeper Danladi Isa. Bitrus Walsh of Plateau United then brought down Mohammed. Matthew's free kick was however punched clear by Danladi. There were penalty shouts in the 19th minute when Plateau defenders Elisha Gobe and Kelechi John brought down Tijani Adamu in the box.
All right, that's a bit of the clip of Plateau United taking on Kano Pillars, and indeed it was Kano Pillars running away with all 3 points against the team from Plateau. All right, just to let you know, still talking MPFL news, just to let you know that Benin Insurance bounced back from their recent loss to Abia Warriors with a thrilling 2-1 victory over Sunshine Stars of Akure at the Otumba Dipe Dino Stadium in Ijebu-Ode. Kayode Oke's 17-minute opener was cancelled out by Sodiq Ibrahim's equalizer, but Amadi Anamdi Anthony's 68th-minute strike sealed the winner for Insurance, propelling them to 11th in the standings. In another match-day fixture in Ikene, it was Remo Stars edging Lobby Stars of Makurdi 1-0 to leapfrog Rivers United to the summit of the standings with 21 points, the same as Rivers United, who have an inferior goal difference. Meanwhile, just to let you know that Michael Ido's 47-minute strike separated both sides. All right, that's all we can give you on the Nigerian Professional Football League. Now you know the result of matches played. Let's quickly run to the foreign scene. Take one more news from Manchester United, then we'll see if we will be joined by Coach Adura to talk boxing this morning. Let's move on and give you the big story coming on from Old Trafford, as it was a couple of minutes from the end when Cole Palmer flicked the ball beautifully over the head of Lisandro Martinez, the defender whose possession of a World Cup winners medal disguises a player of modest talent and bad intentions, as Palmer set off after the ball in search of a goal to win the game. The Argentinian center have raked his thoughts down Palmer's thigh just above his knee. After a VAR check, Martinez was shown a yellow card. It deserved a red, and that's what played out there between Martinez and Palmer. So let's go to Bruno Fernandes. Is in the news this morning. Yes, Bruno Fernandes revealed that he phoned Erik ten Hag to apologize for letting him down, as King accused him of failing as Manchester United captain after scoring his first Premier League goal of the season in United's 1-1 draw with Chelsea at Old Trafford on Sunday. Fernandes admitted that he called ten Hag to say sorry in the wake of his sacking on Monday. Meanwhile, former United captain Roy Keane responded with a scathing attack on Fernandes, saying too little, too late. He told Sky Sport, taking aim at the rest of the United players for letting Ten Hag down after he was replaced by Ruben Amorim. Meanwhile, Palmer, who had a quiet game by his own 4-goal standard, was able to continue but could barely walk. That's talking about the previous news about Martinez and Palmer there. All right, let's move on to other talking stories making the rounds. Moving on, we're talking about Chelsea's coach now. Enzo Maresca is in the news this morning. Yes, Enzo Maresca is still talking about that challenge, as Enzo Maresca insisted that Manchester United defender Lisandro Martinez should have been sent off for his challenge on Cole Palmer in Chelsea's draw at Old Trafford. Martinez was only booked by referee Roberto Jones for catching Palmer above the knee with his thoughts in the 93rd minute. But Maresca was convinced it should have been a straight red. Enzo Maresca paid a tribute to Moise Caicedo after his volley saved Chelsea and gave Chelsea the equalizer to claim only his second goal since his £150 million move from Brighton last year. Meanwhile, Van Nistelrooy confirmed that he is yet to speak to incoming coach Ruben Amorim, but reiterated his desire to stay at United at the end of the spell as the caretaker boss. All right, let's go to Tottenham Hotspur. Postecoglou is in the news this morning. Let's say that Ange Postecoglou moved quick to quell any drama over his decision to substitute a visibly tired Hungumin, sung in a resounding win over Aston Villa. That's talking about Tottenham versus Aston Villa here. Song made his first appearance since mid-October following a high thigh injury in the win over Unai Emery's side, and assisted Brian Johnson's equalizer before being substituted in the 56th minute by Postecoglou. The Korean was clearly shocked by the decision, looking perplexed as his number was held up for the fourth official before exuding clear frustration as he sat down in the bench. Meanwhile, Dominic Solanke emerged as Spurs match winner, scoring twice to take his season tally to 5. It was Tottenham 4, Aston Villa 1 with quick fire. Dominic Solanke's brace sparked a spirited Spurs comeback before James Maddison bagged his 50th Premier League goal with a spectacular free kick. Meanwhile, Morgan Rogers gave the Villains a first-half lead as Spurs failed to defend the corner, but strikes from Solanke, Maddison and Johnson blew Villa away. All right, let's go for a quick break. When we return from this break, we continue with other big stories making the rounds. Jose Mourinho is in the news this morning as we look at the footage has emerged of Jose Mourinho falling in an attempt to do the knee slide attempt when celebrating Amrabat's 102nd minute winner for Fenerbahce as they beat Trabzonspor. That will be after this break. Stay with us.
On sporty events, talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, sports.
All right, welcome back from the break. Still talk sport, and we're looking at big stories that are making around in the exciting world of sport. But at this time, it's time for us to take a break from football. Let's talk some boxing. We've been joined live via Zoom by Coach Adura Olaleyin, who is a Nigerian boxer based in the US and has represented Nigeria in the sport of boxing before now. So that let's get a clue as regards what it takes fighting for Nigeria, his contributions for Nigeria, and the challenges faced as a Nigerian coach. Coach Adura, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Talk Sports.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Coach Adura, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Coach Adura, I want to say thank you for joining us on Talk Sport this morning as we look at Nigerian boxing legends, their contributions and challenges. First of all, we would like to say thank you for joining us. Then just take us through what it feels like representing Nigeria in the sport of boxing, the challenges you face before making it to the national level where you represented this great country.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for bringing me on this morning. This is 3:19 a.m. my time, and I'm so glad. And then everybody know me, Adura Olaleyin, and represented the country at least like 8 years, 2000 to 2007, and win gold, silver, bronze for the country. And let me let you know, my father is a boxer, so I was born in it. So I know it, and I don't know more than that. And that's what made me who I am today. And I thank God for that.
All right, let's look at as a Nigerian boxer who started grew your way from the from the ladder up there. Can you tell us some of the challenges Nigerian boxers go through, especially for yourself? What were the challenges you went through before you were able to represent Nigeria? And for the fights you had, we know you had very tough times and also great times. Which are your best memories?
Yeah, my best memory is Melbourne, 2006 in Melbourne. It was so crazy because you can't tell me that I will not win that gold in Melbourne because everybody already put hope on me that I'm going to win that gold. But when all my fights in that competition is knockout. And the final, Kenny Addison from Scotland, really studied me, know me very well. Me, I'm just like, nobody can beat me in this competition. And relaxing that, I'm going to get it. And that's one of the fights that I always regret in life, that I didn't get that good in boxing. And through my time in Nigeria, I can tell you, nobody can beat me because I have to move to one weight to another. But nobody can beat me in this weight, and I'm already overweight this weight, I move to another weight. So during my time, I don't have opponent. I remember my coach Obisa. If my coach Obisa wants to do any trial with another weight, he said, Adura, let's go. Come and give me this. And he used me to draw some boxers in a bigger weight. And that's what crazy.
All right. In that 2006 that you lost that fight, yes, like you rightly pointed out, we all thought it was a win for Nigeria. The gold medal was assured and all that. Can we say the coaching crew of Nigeria then, your coaches and probably do I say preparation to an extent, and exposure was what made you lose that focus? With the belief that yes, nobody could beat you, you're going to win already. Probably if you had better exposure, better coaching staff, you would have done better.
No. It's not the coach fault, and I can tell you, it's me. So I can't put blame on coach because I have enough exposure. I just came back from World Championship. I'm the only one. I'm the only one representing the African in Nigeria. I make the best 11 in Africa to go for different competition, continental, different competition in the world then, and I'm in top of my shape. But sometimes when you relax, when you feel like, you know what, nobody can touch me, nobody can beat me, and that's a lesson to me then, like, you know what, I'm so relaxed because I believe that nobody can beat me, who cares? Instead of me to sit down to study my opponent, I'm just walking around the game village because I'm already, the thing is already on my head, and you know what, I'm going to win the gold. And you know, when you have that in your head, and sometimes you get disappointed. So that's what happened. We have a good, you know, when you're talking about preparation, during our time, we get the best preparation. No question about that. You can be in camp for like for like 6 months, 8 months. Not now that Nigerian preparing for 15 days for 4 years instead of preparing 4 years for 15 days. So you can see the difference. But then we have our Patrick KG that know what boxing sport was. So then prepare us. You get tired in camp. You know, you travel to training tough. Not now that Nigeria want to go to Olympics, preparing for 15 days for 4 years instead of you preparing 4 years for 12 or 15 days.
All right, you talked about Coach Obisawakpa. You know he's late now. What would you say about coaching Nigerian coaches now compared to your time in terms of the coaches presently? Do they have enough support? Do they go for refresher courses? Do they have enough to give to present day boxers? Before we get to the controversy that is on ground.
Okay, let me tell you this. Coach Obisa is still alive. He's not died. He's just sick. He have a stroke. And everybody's trying to contribute money to support him. And let me tell you something. You see the problem we have in Nigeria. All of us depend on government. And it's not supposed to be. But I give thanks to God. I'm not better than what the other one. But whatever you have to grab it and use it. When the opportunity comes for me, I used it 2007 because I live in Australia. I come back to represent Nigeria in Algeria. And after that, I pushed myself to qualify to win in silver in the All-African game. And after that, I qualified for World Championship. Nigeria couldn't sponsor what I did. I see that I got my visa and I sponsored myself. I pay for my visa fee, and may so rest in peace. My General Yeni is one of the board members, and get us that visa. Then he's the vice president of Nigerian Boxing Federation, and get us that visa. And I pay for that visa fee. I pay for my ticket. We are three in number: Moindin Ganiyu, Latif Kayode, myself, and Wale Omotosho. Four, qualified for that competition in Chicago, and we take that opportunity and we left. And I boxed in Chicago. And after I finished boxing in Chicago, I got a manager. And when I got my manager from Hollywood, Sim Fedri, and I started working with Fedri Roche in Hollywood.
All right, let's look at recently the Nigerian Boxing Federation has been in lots of different issues, especially when it comes to leadership tussle. And there's one man I know you know very well who is also in the eye of the storm in the person of Azania Omwagege, who has also been in running battle as regards who is the president. Currently, he's the interim president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation. A lot of issues are as regards Nigerian boxers who were caught doping in the last tournament we went, and also their poor performance at the Paris Olympics. What's your take as regards what's playing out in the Nigerian Boxing Federation?
Okay, let me correct this real quick. Mr. Asania Omagege is not interim president. Please, you need to call that one off. Asania is no more in boxing. He's out forever. So we have to know that. So Asania is not in boxing because Asania like to talk, deceiving people, and he doesn't want to wait for his time. I give him respect a lot. I respect him. He's a very good guy to me. You know, I represent the country for coach 2013 to 16, technical advisor of Nigerian boxing. And Asania was the vice president. No, he was a board member then. He's a very good guy. But, you know, ask me why do I quit? I quit because of Nigeria can continue to pay the high performer coaches. If you are aware, we have high performer coaches 2013 to 16. I'm one of them. And I can still tell you Nigeria owing me 2 years salary. But that never stopped me to give back to my country, and I keep doing whatever I can to support my country. And 2000, after I left the country, come back to America, and 2020, and Nigeria can't make it to Olympics. And I call Hassan and I what is going on? Why Nigeria is not going to qualify? And he said he doesn't know, blah blah blah. And I said, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sponsor some 2 kids, and I send money over. And when I send money over and I communicate with them in Cameroon, then because they're having that competition in Cameroon, and they said okay. And after that, I send my money to Bola and another girl, and to fly and to pay for their accommodation in Cameroon. And guess what? They said I have to pay for coach again, and I have to call the director, Mrs. Weatherman. And I talked to Mr. Weatherman, why boxing is not going to Olympics? It's going to be the first time, and this have never happened in Nigerian boxing. And the woman said, you know what, we can't do anything because there's already a misuse of money in boxing. And I said, okay. And let me tell you this, they returned my money back to me. And you know what? And I look at it like, boxing make who I am today. I don't want those kids that have a talent, that have a dream. I'm not going to allow their dream to die. And that will make me come back 2021 or 21 before, during that Corona, come to Nigeria and join the board member, and I become a board member. And guess what? I can tell you this, there's not any issue in Nigerian boxing. And I'm going to start to explain to the world, because I know this TV is for the world. When you go to competition, it's lose or win. I said it earlier. In this last Olympics, you can't put blame on anyone. You know why? Let me start from the doping.
Yes, from the doping.
Yeah, let me start from the doping. Asani Omagege doesn't know anything, but he likes to talk. And this is the guy that have never come to national team to buy pure water for national team. But you want to become a president, you call yourself a vice president. When we're in camp, I'm going to start this from All African Game. All African Game, we're in camp with a lot of boxers and coaches. Anti-doping come down, the Nigerian anti-doping come down and dope all our athletes.
Okay.
When they dope all our athletes, guess what? One of our athletes, Dolapo, test positive. But Nigeria have issue that when it takes you, you will not get your results after 6 or 1 month or 2 months. So going to All African Game, if we know them, we will not take out Dolapo to Ghana, protect him, let him go through whatever he wants to go through. But taking Dolapo to Ghana, won the gold. Now test Dolapo in Ghana. Dolapo now test positive. That's number one. Coming back home, now Nigeria bringing result that Dolapo already test positive. And we have like 4 coaches. All these guys, they are adult and they are father. And what do you want to do? Is Nigeria checking them when they are home? Nigeria need you when Nigeria need you, then called you. Nigeria never check on you. That camp is just a 3-month camp. 3 weeks camp, not months, sorry. 3 weeks camp, giving athletes pure water, 1 meat, no fruit. I have to be the one sponsoring them for free, 63,000 naira every 3 days, and buy them whatever they want, ask them, giving the country almost 7 million naira out of our equipment in that All African Game. And now coming back, now telling us that the kid already test positive. It's not my fault, it's not Coach Tony fault then, and it's not other coaches' fault. It's Nigeria anti-doping fault. Because ITA gonna dope you, and in few 24 hours, you get your results, right? Nigeria, you never get results. They're going to tell you that they have to take the sample to Qatar. So we have to take them 2 months, right? Now, coming back to Cynthia, who believe that Cynthia can test positive. If somebody tell me, or pastor call me, or prophet tell me that I'm not going to win medal in Olympics, I will not talk to that pastor again, because I see the kind of shape that Cynthia is. And Olaore Adams, I can't trust him Because anytime Ola come to Nigeria, we have to give him double training. Because they don't train the way we train in Nigeria. England, they just train like a professional because everything they do is like a profession. Let me continue with Cynthia Ogunshemilore. Cynthia was scared already. When we get to Saarbrücken, Germany, it was in best shape. Fighting 66 because I have to let her box up. So box up means that if she will not fight her way, she's gonna fight 66. She's killing everybody. And I'm so happy. And I'm ready that we are getting medal in this competition because it has been a long time that Nigeria already get medal in the Olympics since 1996. And guess what? We get to Paris, second day, anti-doping, ITA, come. I'm even downstairs in a game village. So she went to get massage. Around 8 o'clock in the morning, she have an appointment to get massage. And I come back, and I saw this guy just go upstairs because then we not tell you they want to pick your athlete. And I'm sitting down, playing downstairs, waiting for my athlete. And the guy come down and get walk away. And one of the table tennis player called me, coach. I saw a guy keep knocking door. Are you sure they are not the anti-doping? I said, I don't know. And my spirit just told me, can you run to this guy? Because if they find you, they can't see you, come back again, it's trouble. And I run to him and I said, excuse me, are you looking for one of our athletes? Are you sure you are not looking for boxing? My boy or my girl? And he said, oh yeah, I'm looking for Ogunshemilore. I said, okay. So what's up? And he told me, doping. And I said, where she is? And I said, okay, right now she's massaging. And he said, no, she have to stop that massaging. And I have to walk them. And I walk them to Ogunshemilore. Immediately, you have to stop that massaging because you can't argue. And took her. Fortunately, all our doctors, they are not around. They're already in different event because we are not having event. And guess what? Ogunshemilore, she's went in second day. And I said, okay, boom, boom, boom. Before you know, then took her. I have to go with her, stay with her. Takes her blood, takes her urine. Guess what? Coming from a game dining, I just see Ogunshemilore call me, coach. Then call me that I test positive. I said, test positive for what? And I said, are you kidding me? Test positive for what? For what? And she said, she test positive. And I said, for laces. It was so sad. They can't even find the laces, right? They find a lead that blocked the laces. So I think she already used an antibiotic. So
Okay.
that antibiotic already blocked the laces. So that's it.
All right. All right, let's move on to in terms of your status as a certified coach. When I had Azania as a guest on this program a week ago or so, he laid claim to the fact that he was not sure of your qualification as a coach. He put that in doubt. Can you clear the air as regards your current status as a certified coach? And also, the fact that he also that currently the Ministry of Sport is investigating into the matter, this doping issue, your involvement, and the alleged audio of you, seeking for, according to alleged from him, bribe from some box pugilist for them to get called up.
Okay, let me finish Ogunshemilore. So you see the issue of Ogunshemilore is Nigerian fault. Guess what? Ogunshemilore was dope tested in July 4th.
Okay.
And we are still in Nigeria. Nigerian anti-doping come down to test Ogunshemilore. And guess what? Ogunshemilore already test positive. So let's say Nigeria, they know what they are doing. They know what next. We don't even need to take Ogunshemilore to Paris.
True.
Ogunshemilore test positive, and we have 4 coaches in camp: Tony, Joseph, myself, and a gift. So we have 4 coaches in camp when Ogunshemilore test positive on 4. So guess what? When we come back on tour, that's August 26th. Result came out that Ogunshemilore test positive, and confirmed that she used the laces. So tell me, whose fault? And when ITA test for Ogunshemilore get result in the second day, Nigeria takes Ogunshemilore get result on August after the Olympic event. So that fault is Nigerian anti-doping. You see, Azania just like to talk. He doesn't know what he's doing. And number one, Azaria is already frustrated. And what I will tell you, Azania is already frustrated is that Azania is no more in boxing. And anywhere Azania participates in boxing need to be arrested. And number one, Azania have to go back to Switzerland to go and pay a month of 30,000 francs money. And for taking, and Azania even coming to bring Iba to Nigeria to take bribe of $100,000. Is that not crazy? So if Azania is talking about coach, let me tell you this, my brother. And I respect you a lot because you called me for something a few days ago, and I want you to continue to do what you're doing. You know, sometimes when God is lifting you up, people will come and say whatever they want to say, but you have to continue to jump and shine. And let me tell you about my coach. I represent Nigeria. My father is a boxing coach, number one. I represent Nigeria for all my life, number two. And I remember something that Obisa, Ire, Ikori always tell us. Anytime you are coming to national camp, that's the higher institution of sport, making it to national camp, you're already learning how to become a coach. You're already a coach. That's number one. Number two, I got my two-star coach in 2014. Two-star coach. When you said, Azania mentioned one thing, I don't know if I don't know this program is you or somebody else's program. That when you don't have a result, you could then say you have a WAHEC result and you keep telling them you have and they say you don't. You go to data page of the WAHEC and go and check it out. If this is true, this person have a result. So if Azania said I don't have a certificate, I live in America, I expose myself, I go different competition. As I'm talking to you, I'm in Colorado. We just done with the World Under 19 boxing competition. I'm one of the coaches now sitting down to make the rules for Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. If we got approval for IOC, and we're going to get approval because they are not giving boxing back to IBA, they are giving it back to World Boxing that we join right now. And when you see the people in World Boxing right now, Kazakhstan, we just finished the competition. Algeria is in it right now. Algeria have a gold in Olympics, right? They're already in World Boxing because they want to go to the Olympics. So Azania is still backward. He doesn't know anything because it's not relevant again. It's not it's just a puppy. So he doesn't know anything. So you have to feed him. So if you're coming to TV to talk to you guys, he's lying to himself. Talking about minister, he used minister to threaten me, send a lot of messages. I keep looking like I said, don't worry. Where's the minister today? Minister is already gone. That's the way Azania used him, brother, to threaten a lot of people and take money from people. Where's the Azania brother today? It's out. So politics is not for one person. It's you come, then we say the soldier go, soldier come, Barack remains, right? So Azania is not relevant. So when you are talking, I don't have certificate. Brother, I was appointed June 16 to be the 8th coach in the whole world now that are going to be making all the rules for boxing. It's not my doing, it's God. But I don't expose myself. I can send you the letter to see. Azania doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know the channel. He's sleeping. He takes from people to use for himself. He never tried to use himself. I want you to bring Azania to this TV. Azania
hopefully on Wednesday. Hopefully on Wednesday, both of you will be on air. As we begin to wrap up our conversation, what's the future for Nigerian boxing? From all you've said, what do you think is the future? And the fact that you're part of the Under 19 World Boxing Tournament that just finished now, where you're part of the 8 coaches making the rules. What's the hope of Nigerian boxers, especially those at the Under 19 level, going to the top?
Okay, so guess what? So that reason I always tell people Nigeria we are backward. I'm so sorry to say. Guess what? They just finished Under 19 different competition, not just only boxing. That shows you that those people they're going to be using them. almost 50% or 90% in next Olympic is Los Angeles, right? That's my city right there, in Los Angeles, right? So we are still not prepared anything. Nigeria still try to look for who dope. The performance is not improved. This one, when things happen to athlete, Nigeria didn't perform generally, right? Everybody know that. Europe is not our favor. Possible America will be our favor. So let's start again. But you know what Nigeria are going to do now? They're going to call you when they need you after 1 month. They don't even know where the children are coming from. They don't even know what the children have been doing for the last 4 years. All the whole world already start preparing for the Olympics right now. For Los Angeles, we have not. The new rules now, I have all the rules with me that we're going to be using in Los Angeles when we get approval by January. I can show you to the world, the rules. The new rules, Nigeria don't even know what is going on. So, but the most important thing I want to say is I thank the people that are putting their love to boxing, to helping boxing. Okay, a lot of people going out there hosting competition, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. But right now, everything is down. All the federation going to be dissolved by January or February, March next year. So they're going to have a new people in board. So when new people now come to the board, so we can now strategize to decide where boxing want to go. But at this junction, nothing moving. But I can tell you, boxing is moving. People are trying, and I appreciate them. And I say thanks for those people putting their effort into boxing in Nigeria. But this December, I'm going to be inviting you guys to Champion of Champions that Nigeria have never did for a long time. So we're going to bring our champions together. We're going to host them, and I'm going to invite your TV to be there. And we are looking the date for 21st of December or 22nd of December. So when we decide the date, I'm going to let you know. But the competition is a one-day competition, like a 10 bout, and I'm going to be the one hosting that competition myself. So direction, because everybody doing whatever they want in Nigeria right now, they are not going the real direction. Everybody coming, oh, I want to host this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, but they don't understand how things work. And that is why we have president, we have ministers. So we can't just come in doing things anyhow. We need to enlighten all these children about doping. Right. We need to enlighten the coaches. We need to enlighten different people. So that's the way.
All right, Coach, I want to say thank you very much for joining us this morning to talk about boxing, the challenges and your contributions to Nigerian boxing. We hope in the coming days we will talk more about other ways on how to improve Nigerian boxers, and also for the National Sports Commission, how to ensure that they get the best hands that would take Nigerian boxing back to its lost glory.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and God bless, and I have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you, Coach, for taking out your time. Around 3 a.m., you had to wake up to join us on Talk Sport. We truly appreciate our love to your family. We've been talking to Nigerian US-based coach in the person of Adura Olalehin, who has fought for Nigeria and is now the top 8 boxing coaches in the world, doing great things, representing the green, white, green flag out there. All right, that's how much we're going to take on that discussion with Coach Adura from the US. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be giving you some 2-3 stories before we call it a wrap on today's edition of the program, Talk Sport. Stay with us. right, welcome back from the break. We still talk sports. Let's take you to Jose Mourinho. He calls himself the special one. Yes, footage has emerged of Jose Mourinho, who failed in his new slide attempt when celebrating Sofiane Amrabat's 102nd minute winner as Fenerbahce beat Trabzonspor in Turkey. The match seemed destined for a draw after goals from former Manchester United midfielder Fred and Edin Dzeko leveled the game 2-2 heading into the 12th minute of stoppage time. However, as all hope seemed lost, fellow ex-United man Amrabat found the top corner with a last kick of the game. The Fenerbahce bench went berserk in celebration with Jose Mourinho running onto the pitch to perform his signature knee slide. This time, however, unlike during his days at Porto and Real Madrid, the 61-year-old did not execute it, and his face planted into the grass before being mobbed by players and staff. The match was not without controversy, as the referee was scrutinized for a number of decisions he made during the match. In his post-match interview with beIN Sport, Mourinho voiced his displeasure at many of the decisions and the system in Turkey, even stating he would not have taken the Fenerbahce job if he was aware of the standard of refereeing. That's Jose Mourinho, always in the news for special reasons. Let's move on. Let's talk about the man. His name, Ademola Lookman. He's still banging in the goals. Let's say that Serie A leaders Napoli suffered their first home defeat of the season on Sunday by losing 3-0 to title rivals Atalanta. Former Everton and Fulham and Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman scored 2 goals inside the first half, including a fabulous striker from well outside the penalty area. Matthew Retugu then wrapped up Atlanta's victory by finding the net in the 92nd minute. Retugu has now scored 11 goals in 11 Serie A games this season. Sunday's result saw Atlanta climb within 3 points of leaders Napoli. It also gave Inter Milan the chance to move just 1 point behind Antonio Conte's side if they could beat Venezia in the last match. Meanwhile, regardless of the result at San Siro, Atlanta's win guaranteed that the weekend would end with 4 teams within 4 points range of Napoli. Meanwhile, just to let you know that Scott McTominay, former Manchester United player, then went closer to equalizing shortly after Lookman put Atlanta 1-0 up when the former Manchester United midfielder struck the post. Napoli's last game before the international break will be away at reigning champions Inter Milan next weekend. All right, Lookman still doing great things. Let's talk about one more striker. According to Turkish website Sözcü, Galatasaray €3 million to purchase Victor